Mail call. What's up, you smelly little nematodes? DenDenBMX here, and today we're going to be checking out this package. Right off the bat, I want to give a huge thank you to Pyro Flipper over on Instagram for including me in this pass around. I really do appreciate it. Let me get this out of the way right now. I know next to nothing about this Balisong. Pyro Flipper just put it in the group chat and he was like, leave a like on this picture if you want to be included in the pass around. I left a like, and then 2 days later this showed up at my house. Let's see what lies within this box of wonder. Let me free this box of its condom. As you can see, we have a nice black package right here. I'm sure that's going to sound quite suggestive to anyone eavesdropping on you if you're watching this video. And on this box, it says, fixed star knife. Those are definitely all words. Let's see what lies within. Whoa. We have a cinch pouch that has nothing in it, so that's cool. Next up, we have this little testicle pack of a bunch of various spare parts. Looks like we have some screws, some pivots. We even got some bronze phosphorus washers in there. How fun. And now, the main attraction, which is this little chitlin. It's like that same kind of plastic that, like, food would come in. That's an interesting texture. So this is the Balisong, and I don't know what else to call it other than the fixed star knife. And here's what it looks like in the open position. But this thing is not going to look its best with my ugly mug also in the frame. So let's get some nice B-roll shots. Alright, so I asked Pyro Flipper for a little bit more information on this Balisong, and he directed me over to fixedstarknife.com. That is apparently where these Balisongs are sold. I have pulled up the website on my computer, and I have since found out that this Balisong is called the Starlight Balisong Trainer. They currently have about 497 of them left in stock at the time of filming this video, and they retail for about 58 doll hairs. But it looks like they're on sale from 68 bucks. Real quick, I just want to give you guys a big thank you for all the recent love and support you guys have shown me on all my videos. It truly does mean a lot. As always, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you let me know and help the engagement on this video by leaving a like, leave a comment, give me your thoughts and opinions, maybe share the video around. And if you regularly watch this channel and you haven't already subscribed, then I'm gonna ass punch you with the broadside of a hammer because we are so close to hitting 17,000 subs and you're the one preventing us from getting there. I am painfully aware of the unstoppable foot fetish all you Balisongists have. So if you guys want to see my dogs, you better get us to 17,000 pretty quick, because I made that promise without thinking about it, and as the days go on, I get more and more uncomfortable with that decision. Back to the Starlight Balisong Trainer. Let's lift off... Fuck, man, I can't talk. Words aren't that hard, Denny. Let's list off the specs of this Balisong. As you can see, this is a channel-handled Balisong trainer. And now here's where things are going to get a little quirky, because these handles are entirely made out of G10. They're not G10 scales with titanium or stainless steel liners underneath. These handles are just solid G10. Adding to the interestingness of this Balisong, this blade is made out of titanium. Well, specifically, it's made out of TC4 titanium alloy. This Balisong runs on bushings, bronze phosphorus washers. There's a bunch of screws in the ends of the handles, which I'm assuming are for weight, because again, this is a channel-handled Balisong. It is not sandwich construction. And this Balisong weighs in just under 3 ounces at exactly 2.89 ounces. I'm checking, there are no tang pins, there are no Zen pins, so this Balisong appears to be a pinsless style Balisong. Now these specs, while they are very different from your average Balisong, they might actually sound similar to some of you, because there is another brand that makes a Balisong that is spec'd out very similar to this. We are of course talking about my good friend JK Designs. He makes a line of Balisongs called Orcas, and some of those Orcas are made entirely out of G10 handles with a titanium blade. And they're also pinsless and run on bushings and have a little weight system here at the end. Now, while they both have G10 handles with a titanium blade, the design of that blade and those handles are quite different. So don't even try to start calling this a clone, you absolute weirdos. Please go outside. There's also one more quite substantial difference between the Starlight and a G10 Orca, and that is the price tag. This Balisong costs about $60. The G10 Orca, I believe, retails for $400. Yeah, I wish that was a joke, but I don't think it is. I could be a little bit wrong. It could be like $300. It could be $350. It's multiple hundreds of dollars. Retails for $400. It could be like $300.
God, it's worse than we thought.
I know someone's gonna be in the comments be like, oh, you fucking idiot. Well, that's just because the quality of materials that JK uses is vastly superior to this Chinese bullshit. And yeah, you're probably right. JK most likely uses higher quality G10 and titanium than what comes on the fixed star knife. However, is that quality difference enough to justify a G10 Orca being hundreds of dollars when this Balisong doesn't even cost $100? I doubt it. In my humble opinion, that really just confirms and solidifies to me that JK overprices the shit out of his Balisongs. I promise I did not start filming this video with the intention of having it become an anti-JK video. But I'm also not really trying to make him look bad. I'm just listing off the facts. And I'm not saying without a shadow of a doubt that JK is just a greedy little munchkin that's just overpricing the shit out of all these Balisongs for nothing else other than hype beasting. I'm just giving my opinion on this scenario as it presents itself. But I'm done talking about that because there are more important things to do in this video. Like, for example, going to see how this thing flips. Let's go do that, shall we? Oh boy. Okay, so don't let the unboxing intro of this video fool you. I've had this Balisong for a few days already, and I gotta say that I do like the way it flips, but I can't really flip it that well, if that makes sense. There's some Balisongs that have this thing to them to where you don't really want to stop flipping them. And it doesn't really matter if it's a good flipper or not. It could even be like an objectively bad flipper, just for some reason you can't stop flipping it. That's kind of how this Balisong is. It's not an objectively bad flipper. It's actually a pretty good flipper. It's just not really suited for me. It feels like I don't have the light touch necessary to flip lighter Balisongs. I don't know, I just really like it when Balisongs have like a good momentum to them, and lighter Balisongs just inherently don't have the momentum that like more average weight or heavier Balisongs have. And a lot of the times on this Balisong, I'll be trying to get that momentum generating and it just kind of dead stops. In the BMX world, that's called a dead sailor, so I'm just gonna keep saying it dead sailors me. It's gonna happen during this flipping demo, so I'll let you know when it happens. It feels very bad. There we go. We got one, boys. For the first couple days I had this Balisong, I was struggling with even doing one scissor on it, but I think I finally figured it out. Took me long enough. Ladders on this Balisong feel pretty okay. This Balisong doesn't have any jimping whatsoever. And while I think it would be better off if it did, it really doesn't need it with this G10. This is a very interesting G10. It like has the texture and the feel of like Squid Industries G10, but unlike Squid Industries G10, this actually has a lot of grip to it. So it has this very interesting texture to it, which makes it a really unique feeling Balisong. Yeah, my roommate held it for like 2 seconds and they were not a fan of it. I just kind of wish it had a little bit more momentum on the ends of the handles, but then that would risk making it a handle bias Balisong. And I mean, it is already like a bit handle bias, but it's not like overbearingly handle bias, you know? It feels good to flip. It's just when those dead sailors happen, like when I'm doing fans or like doing rollovers and stuff like that, or sometimes it even happens on parabolics. Like I'll have a lot of momentum going and the parabolic just doesn't work. I just did 3 that worked pretty well there though. So like, it can do them. It's just sometimes that dead sailor thing happens and it really does not feel the best. Aerials feel really good on this Balisong when you time them right. They're a little weird to time because this thing's so light, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. Well, there's that. So yeah, this thing is definitely flippable. It's just, it doesn't really work for like my style of flipping, which is fine. I'm not gonna like sit here and act like I'm the best flipper in the world, and if I can't flip a Balisong, then it's dog shit. I'd say compared to most other Balisong content creators, my flipping level is pretty subpar. So I wouldn't really think something's the worst Balisong ever if I can't flip it. It might just be that I'm bad at flipping. Yeah, this is a pretty quirky little guy. I forgot to mention that there is like a design in the G10. There's like a little design right here, but it really doesn't contribute much of anything to the grip of this Balisong. I mean, the handles are already this weird G10 texture, so it has plenty of grip. In fact, it almost has a little bit too much grip because when I'm doing chaplains, it's starting to tear up my finger right there. And I noticed that happens with a lot of G10 Balisongs, so I guess that's par for the course on this thing, but I just want to make that known. But yeah, I think I am getting a little bit more used to this Balisong, getting a little more used to how its momentum works and how to properly flip this thing. See there. Oh, there we go. Cool. So yeah, this thing does flip. It flips pretty well. I'm not the best flipper with this particular balisong, but I'm sure someone who likes lighter, more neutral style balisongs will have a real fun time with this thing. Now, I want to make it very clear that I have never flipped a G10 Orca, so I can't say for sure how that balisong flips. But after flipping this G10 handled titanium bladed balisong, I can't really see how the flipping experience would be much different on any other G10 handled titanium bladed balisong. But who knows, I could be dead wrong. All right, to wrap this up, we're gonna try and get a ladder to double scissor. Oh God, we got one, but it was really ugly. There we go. It was still kind of ugly, but that one was a little bit cleaner. I feel like this is a real similar situation to the BB Superfly, to where the balisong is great and flips great. The only problem is the dork that's flipping it. I'm not going to do a sound test on this balisong because everyone always tells me that I suck at them, so I'm not even going to bother. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the flipping demo of this balisong. To wrap up this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to Cosmic Steez, Yana Kaminsky, A Horse Running, Jet, and Jan Chocolate. Those are the current channel members, and their support really does mean a lot. If you want to join these guys and help support the channel in a bigger way and get a shout out in my longer videos and get access to members only videos, you can go down there, click the join button. Tiers start as low as $3. But if you don't want to join a membership, there's also the super thanks button down there. It's like a little tip jar one-time thing. Thank you guys once again so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. Once again, if you enjoyed, let me know by leaving a like, leave a comment, share the video, make sure you're subscribed, all that shit. You can follow me on Instagram and on Threads at DenDenBMX, but I'm done being a tool. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.